Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Creation tools allows you to record and edit your broadcast so it sounds great. And they even distribute your broadcast for you so that it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So make sure you download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. This is FET News with Daren Frett. Hi, hello everyone. This is your host of Future Educators Talk, Daren Frett here, and here are your FET News for today. So today, I am back. Yours truly, Daren Frett, is back I'm back on the podcast. As many of you know, that I've been gone for about 2 weeks now. My last was back in November, so I am back now. Also, Damian Anderson is out. He will be out for the remainder of December. He will be back in January of 2020. So he'll be back next year. Plus, we have, plus on the broadcast, we have our very own guest co-host, Mr. Kwame, will be joining Future Educators Talk all month long during the month of December. So you might want to tune in for that. And also, brand new episodes comes out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you tune in, and make sure you follow us on all of our social medias. On Facebook at Future Educators Talk with Damian and Daren. Twitter at Future EDU Talk. On Instagram at Future Educators Talk. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Future Educators Talk with Damian and Daren. And make sure you tap that bell so that you will be notified when brand new episodes comes out. So make sure you tune in for that. Also, Brunch Talk with Daren Frett is coming back with a brand new time starting Thursday, December 12th at 10:30. Yes, that's right. Brunch Talk with Daren Frett. Many of you have been, well, many of you have been asking, but Brunch Talk with Daren Frett is coming back on Instagram Live with a brand new time starting Thursday, December 12th. Also, FET Twitter Live is also coming back as well. That is coming back on Tuesday at 10:30. Plus, Brunch Talk with Daren Frett Twitter Live, that series premiere will be Wednesday, December 11th at 10:30, where your host, yours truly, Daren Frett, will be talking about Monday's episode. So, also, Coffee Talk with Damian Anderson will be having a new date and time coming in 2020. So make sure you tune in for that. Well, that is all I have for you for today for FET News. So make sure you listen to Monday's episode of Future Educators Talk. Welcome to Future Educators Talk. I'm your host, Daren Frett. As you can see, as you can hear now that Damian Anderson's not here today, he'll be back next year in 2020. Today, of course, we have the one and only Mr. Kwame is here to
All
join
right.
us for the remainder of December.
Great.
He'll be co-host. Today, we are going to talk about vaping, especially for teens that are doing vaping. It is becoming it's not really new, but it's now becoming a popular thing in today's society now. And so I'm gonna let Mr. Kwame to have his thoughts on vaping.
Well, to be honest, in all my years of teaching, I've never come across any students who have vaped in their life. I've had students who have used marijuana, smoked cigarettes, but vaping is not something that I've personally witnessed with any of my students. But just based on some of the health information that's out there around it, it's pretty clear that it's more harmful to your body than marijuana, like smoking marijuana or smoking a regular cigarette. And I think with vaping, I feel like you see that more in affluent communities, not particularly in communities where you have African Americans and Latinx people. So I think it's not something that I've personally witnessed, but I know that the effects are harmful. So just watching there was a segment on the Tamron Hall show that talked about vaping, and there were two young people, both college age students who had tried out vaping and ended up in the hospital as a result of that. And as they were sharing their stories, you could just see the amount of damage that vaping had done to their bodies, particularly the young man who was pretty much on bed rest for 4 months. I think he lost a significant amount of weight, and he couldn't even leave the hospital for that period of time because of the amount of damage that vaping had done to his body. So it's definitely something that shouldn't be in the vicinity of children. And I don't know, it's pretty clear that the effects are more harmful. And as I'm thinking about it, I find it amazing, and this might be a bit off topic, but I find it amazing that we spend so much time talking about like marijuana, like the fact that you've had so many Black people thrown in jail for smoking weed. Minor offense. And then I'm looking at the Tamron Hall show. You have young, affluent white people who are vaping, which is more harmful. And we tend to show more sympathy towards them. So I think personally, just watching that, I had an issue with that aspect of it. Because, you didn't see them be, they weren't criminalized for their use of vaping, or they weren't no one was talking down on them. It was just like, oh, this love and support. I kind of wish that was replicated to black folks who do smoke weed, which is not even nearly as harmful as the vaping. So I just thought that was interesting, just watching that personally.
Yeah, some teens don't even know that it's harmful. It's harmful to their body, and I get this all the time, that it doesn't have nicotine in it, even though it does have nicotine in it, and
right.
So a lot of my friends tell me, "Oh, it doesn't have nicotine in it. Oh, it doesn't have nicotine." It does have nicotine in it. Okay. It's just that it's the chemical that's in there. So again, it can do some damage to you. Just like that boy that was in the ICU for about 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's crazy. And now, Juul is now facing a lawsuit now because of it.
Oh. And Juul's the name of the company that produces these products.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I do. Oh, I think they're facing a lawsuit.
Oh wow.
Yep, they're facing a lawsuit. So, yeah. So, again. Yes, it's an alternative to cigarettes, but again, it is an alternative to smoking a cigarette, but again, it can have that same damage as a cigarette. Lungs, you do damage to your lungs, etc. So,
but then I wonder if these products are supposed to be an alternative. I'm assuming a less harmful alternative to cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm personally not a smoker. Never smoked a cigarette in my life. So I don't know what that feels like. But what I do know is this. There are people who have smoked for years. 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And they're still able to function, in their daily lives. Maybe their lung capacity isn't what it should be as a result of the years of smoking. But you don't see people end up in the hospital like a year or two after smoking every day. And I know this for a fact because, just in high school, I want to say about 60% of the kids in my high school were they were smoking cigarettes. They were doing it in the bathroom. I go in the bathroom. They had one of the tiles, because the ceiling was tiled, right? They would push out one of the tiles to blow the smoke, inside, and then they would cover it up with the tile. And you're talking about 15, 16, 17-year-olds, some even younger than that, and they're smoking excessively. And I see them now. You can see how they look. They look a little older than they should, but they're not in the hospital fighting for their life because of a cigarette. I think with cigarettes, the damage is gradual, over time. Whereas with vaping, looking at the like even with the gentleman who was interviewed for the Tamron Hall show, right? Who was in the hospital because of vaping. He was a student athlete in college. He even said it himself. He started at 19 years old. And the next thing you know, he's only 20. So that's only a year of vaping, and it landed him in the hospital fighting for his life. And so when you look at it from that perspective, I think some people would find it hard to believe that these products, these vaping products, are supposed to be a less harmful alternative to weed or to cigarettes or e-cigarettes. I don't see how that can be the case. But maybe I'm wrong. So I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I'm just shaking my head at this point because it's becoming a popular thing, and teens don't know it can do some damage. I mean, it's just mind boggled, you know.
Yeah, it is. But then, I mean, then you have to wonder. I mean, outside of, now obviously there are, you have different markets, that sell these products. Especially third-hand markets where teens are more than likely to get, these products because they can't just go into a store and get a vaping product because they're too young, they're underage, right? So it would have to be a third, a third-hand market, or somebody who is of age, an adult, maybe gets that product from for them, and then they get it. That's how they can access it. But you almost have to wonder, how accessible are these products to teens? I mean, and we might need to look at statistics to really investigate this further. But I think that's a question that's worth asking, given the severity of the health effects of vaping.
I personally don't like it when somebody's vaping or smoking, especially smoking, because again, they don't know what do some causes to their lungs. So I personally don't like it when somebody vapes or smoking. I just don't like it at all. So I'm going to talk about some ways that they can quit. One of them is reading a article from kidshealth.org. It says one of the ways is decide why you want to quit and write it down or put in your phone. Then look at the reasons why you feel the urge to vape. So basically, write down the pros and the cons. If you have more cons than the pros, then that should tell you, hey, maybe I should stop vaping.
Right. I would. I mean, as far as vaping, like I said, it's because this is it's foreign territory for me. I would say with vaping, I don't know if you can just go cold turkey and just stop vaping altogether. It just seems like it has a stronger hold on people than cigarettes. So I don't know. You really have to. It's going to take a lot more than willpower. You're going to need to have a support system that's going to be there to guide you through that process. Yeah, I know for a fact, just like many drugs, it's not something that you can just do on your own. You're gonna have to, put in that work, and really, make that happen. So, I think that's something that has to be done.
Or otherwise, it will continue until something does happen. So,
right.
Another way that you can quit is to pick a day to stop vaping. Put it on the calendar and tell supportive friends and family that you're quitting on that day. Going back with that supportive of what you just said. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of supportive. So
yeah, I mean that's something that can be done. But I think, I would definitely say, that, you'd have to do that, in order to make that happen. But outside of vaping, is there another drug that is even more harmful than that? Because I just feel like you have to take it in order to happen. Really, get rid. I'm not quite sure, what that is. Something that
I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure. The only thing that I can think of is dipping, but that's about it. I mean, that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I can think of. That's more. Another way, another way to quit vaping is to get rid of vaping supplies. So get rid of the pod, the device, and the pod as well. Get rid of it. Another way is to understand withdrawal. Nicotine addictions can lead very strong craving for nicotine, and also can lead to headaches, feeling tired, cranky, angry, or depressed, trouble concentrating, trouble sleeping, hunger, and restless. I mean, there's an alternate of smoking / vaping every time that you feel stress.
So here's some things that teens can do. One of them is chew sugar-free gum or drink water. Text, call, or hang out with a friend that will support you. Again, that goes with the support system. You got to have that support system. Listen to your favorite playlist. Oh my goodness. Listen to your favorite playlist, maybe on Spotify or on SoundCloud, wherever the case may be. Go for a walk or a jog. Try yoga or meditation. Or take 10 deep breaths. Yes. And keep your hands busy, like drawing or making jewelry. And also go somewhere where vaping and smoking / vaping isn't allowed. So again, if you're having a hard time quitting, talk to your healthcare provider about local programs or and websites that can help you quit vaping. If you vape, it may cause serious lung damage. Same thing as if you're smoking a cigarette. And it can also lead to death. So make sure you call your doctor right away. If you vape and have coughing or shortness of breath or chest pain, nausea, vomiting or diarrhea, tiredness or fever or weight loss. So this is very serious, very serious. Just like on the Tamara Hahn show, that boy has been in the ICU for about 4 months because of vaping. And some of y'all just like, oh, it doesn't have nicotine in it. Yes, it does. It does have nicotine in it. And you don't know the causes, and you don't know the effects until you hear about it. Once you hear about it, then you change your mind. So
So yeah. Yeah. So that is it. That is going to be it for this episode. So here's the question of the day, which is, how do you know if your teen is vaping? So make sure you answer that question on our Twitter and our Instagram page at Future EDU Talk and Future Educators Talk. Make sure you use the hashtag Future Educators Talk and hashtag Future Educators Talk S2. On the next episode, we will talk about teens suicides on Friday. On Friday, we will talk about teen suicide. So we will talk about that. Also, Mr. Kwame continues. We will still have Mr. Kwame continues as he continues to guest co-host. So make sure you follow Future Education Talk on Twitter at Future EDU Talk, on Instagram at Future Educators Talk, on Facebook at Future Educators Talk with Damian and Daren. On YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page at Future Educators Talk with Damian and Daren. Make sure you tap that bell. Make sure you hit that subscribe button first. Then tap the bell so that you'll be notified when a brand new podcast episode comes out. You can also follow me, yours truly, Daren Frett, on Twitter at Daren_Frett. Yes, I do fret a lot. And on Instagram at It's Andrew Frett. So until Friday, I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday.